Jose from Bounce House Marketing. In this short video, we're going to talk about a few little things about linking strategies, EMDs, some of those things that are important to one's business. I have seen Google change a lot over the years, and I'm sure you have a business that you depend on the online business. Let me talk to you about a little bit about anchor text and some of the page structure that needs to be corrected in order for you to see some traffic. Anchor text was something that people use to go from the navigation from one place to another, and that's a given. You have to have that. And then some of the SEO guys got really clever using keywords in their anchor text, and I'm guilty of that because that's something that Google wanted at the time, and I jumped on a bandwagon and I started spreading this around in the Bounce House industry. So I have used keywords such as Bounce Houses combo as an anchor text. If you click on it, it's going to take you to that Bounce House or combos page. Those are anchor texts. Google has gotten so smart that when you overly use the anchor text now, you're going to attract Google not in a good way. She's going to say, why this page, all the anchor text is all just bounce houses. So she's going to take a closer look at that. You want to track Google in a good way, not in a suspicious way. So if you're doing a lot of anchor text, especially on the main page, that's something that you got to watch out for, okay? The second thing is relevancy. I know the Bounce House industry are still linking with each other from one page to another. Your buddy got a directory page, calling it deep link SEO, all that stuff. Guys, I'll tell you this right now. If you're doing that right now, stop, because Google's going to catch on to you because it has no real value. So you have your buddy pointing to your site, and Jimmy Joe's pointing to your site, and you got this directory pointing back to your, you know what, it has no value. At the end of the day, all you're doing is trying to increase your rent juice, okay? So it has no real value to your customers. So don't aim to please Google, aim to please your customers. Some of these tactics, you gotta stop using it starting today, because you're gonna find yourself in a situation that you're not gonna be in. It's gonna affect your business, especially the season just started now. So if I were you, you should audit your website to make sure that you're not doing some of these old tactics that some people are still spreading around, okay? So relevancy, let's talk about that for a little bit. Let's say if somebody's pointing from a home improvement company is pointing to my site, what relevancy is that to my site? That clearly shows Google that all I'm aiming for is to upgrade my site as far as rank juice, okay? A plumber should not be pointing to me. A doctor supply company should not be pointing to me. I want my links to come from people who actually talk about my services. Like, for example, if I please a customer and that person is pointing back to me from her Facebook page, Google Plus, a review, that's the kind of backlink you want, because it's natural. You're not going to ask for it. It's more natural when a customer likes your service or product, they'll link to you. That's more of a relevant to your site, okay? So be on the lookout for that. Link graph. Guys, link graph is very important to Google, because I know back in 2009 all the way to 2011, even myself, we all got to start linking to each other from different sites, landing pages and stuff like that. Google has a link graph going on right now that she can actually detect what links are pointing to where and what and how and why. So you have to be careful with this, okay? So link graph, it just shows Google, how many sites pointing back to your site. So it's not about how many backlinks you got. That doesn't really matter anymore. It's the kind of quality that people are linking to that's going to help you rank better in search engines. So it's not about how many backlinks you got, okay? So it doesn't matter if you have 1,000 backlinks. That stuff, it's irrelevant right now, okay? So look out for that. Link count, it's the same thing as the link count. Gotta be careful with that. Social metric, I talk about a lot about social signal, okay? So I got it down to where I actually see a little bit of results, not so much of it, but it does help, okay? And the reason why social metric right now is still important is because Google's actually using it to see how many people actually engaging you and your customers, or you engaging your customer. So Google's actually relying on this, okay? Another thing I want to talk to you about is EMDs. Guys, you have to be careful. I was one of the original guys who started to use EMDs as exact domain names. I used to own Mickey Mouse Bounce House, Diego Bounce House, you know what? And I made tons and tons of money because it drove me traffic. Prior to that, I was an affiliate marketer for a lot of different companies, and what we used to do is create one landing page, and I created that in 2009 or 2011. Some of you guys know me from back then. But I started emphasizing the landing page. I started the landing page craze on Bounce House history. So that's gone now. So what happened back in the days was you just created a single page website, slap a EMD on it, and just sit back, relax, enjoy all the traffic. I was one of them. I bought hundreds of EMD sites. You know what? Back in the days it worked fine. Now you have to be really careful. I'm not saying that EMD doesn't work anymore. They do, but you've got to be careful because the minute you buy an exact main domain, for example, Illinois Bounce House or Hartford Bounce House, off the bat, that's going to send Google a message that you're trying to rank for something, all right? So in order to make EMDs work fine, you just got to have more of the metric that sounds more natural, pointing to that new domain name. And remember, even if it's new, Google's going to hold on that domain name for a while because it's still brand new. You still have to build some credibility to that site not to rank well. So be careful with the EMDs, especially when it's brand spanking new. So that's something you look at. Now, I know Google is trying to figure out a way to control the links, all right? I know Google said, or Matt said before, that they're trying to find a way to devalue links. Unless it's on a site, that's fine, but we at SEO, we actually rank site based on links and certain metric that we use in order to rank site. Google right now is trying to find a way to devalue that. So if that usually happens, that's the end of SEO. That's it. You know what I mean? And the fear that I was talking about, remember I said that 99.9% is where I get my income? I'll be affected right away with that if Google were ever to implement that. So what I'm trying to say is that don't rely too much on links. Start doing the infographic, which means so you want to show more of your stuff and product by using images like Google Plus, Instagram, any of those guys. Start embracing that technology now, because if Google were ever to devalue links, that's it. I mean, if that's all you depend on, it could really devastate your company. So start using the social media stuff, okay? Lean more into that now, because just in case, even though Google requires that now, but you want to lean more into it now. Because people, when they see stuff on infos and videos, they want it. It has a better conversion than a still photo. So, so conversion and social media metrics is very important to implement to your business, especially if you're just starting this business or you are a veteran already and you're still doing the backlinks and, you know, linking to Joey and Hector and, you know, really concentrate on social media and embrace it, because you're gonna really need it. And Google is working really hard right now and try to control the SEO as far as really squeezing out those who are just using it to trick the search engine. So you have to be careful with that, okay? So embrace social media, be careful with the EMDs, link count, be careful with that. Link graph, be careful where you're getting your link from, especially if you're a webmaster. You should not be promoting your site on people's website. For example, if you were to look any of our WordPress site, you notice in the bottom that there's no link pointing back to us, because we don't want that link counting back to us anymore. We just put our name on it and that's it. We don't put no link on it. That's the footer abuse. You have to look that up on Google, okay? Relevancy. Have links coming to you that are related to your industry. Anchor text. Be careful with the overuses of anchor text. It's okay to use it once in a while, but start going back to, remember where it says read more? This sounds more natural because a non-SEO person will use this more. An SEO person now, or somebody who knows about SEO, will still use the anchor text. So be careful with that, because that's just an indication that you are trying to hyperlink some of the keywords that you want to rank for. So you can still use it, but just in moderation. Just be careful with that. So I hope you guys enjoy this short video, and I'll talk to you in the next time. Take care, guys.